In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Form Emailer script. Form Emailer is a script that you can use in conjunction with any Google form to automatically send users responses of their form submissions. You can also use it to create mail merges to send personalized emails to individuals. So to use the script, you need to create a form, and I've already done that, and I've already had some form submissions. So I am finding out what students can bring to the FBLA potluck. Now you can use Form Emailer in conjunction with any form that is accepting submissions, but some examples would be if you're an administrator and you have a Google form that you use for a walkthrough observation, you can use Form Emailer to send the teacher a copy of that observation. If you're putting together a training session and you want teachers to sign up for it, you can use Form Emailer to send them the times and dates that they signed up for. Or maybe parents are signing up for parent-teacher conferences. You can send them an email with the time and date that they signed up for. So lots of different uses for Form Emailer. So create your form, and then you're going to set up the script in the spreadsheet that is attached to the form. So to do that, you're going to go to the Form menu, or excuse me, the Tools menu and Script Gallery, and you're going to do a search for Form Emailer. And it's all one word. When you find it in the list, go ahead and click Install. As with all scripts, you need to authorize them to run, so we'll go ahead and click Continue. It's okay, it wants to access these items in your drive. Go ahead and click Accept there. Once it's installed, you'll click Close. Now you'll notice that in your spreadsheet you have a new menu called Form Emailer. So we'll click Form Emailer and we'll go to Install. It's asking to select a language that you want to use and select the sheet that has your form answers. And we only have one sheet. It's form responses. That's okay, so we'll go ahead and click Install. You'll see it work in the background, and you'll see that it adds a new sheet to your spreadsheet. Now, Form Emailer can work in two ways. You can either run the script manually and send the email when you want them to send, or you can set this up so that it's automated, so that whenever somebody submits a form, they get sent an email shortly thereafter. And the directions for doing that are actually right here in this second sheet. So the rest of this information on this sheet you really don't need to pay attention to, but this is the directions that you would need to go through to set this up to run automatically. So we'll go ahead and go back to form responses, and you can also see that we have a Form Emailer status column that has been added, and we'll talk more about that later. So the next thing we need to do is set up our email that we're going to send based on this script. So we'll go to Form Emailer and we'll go to Settings. Now the thing that I like about this script is that it actually starts you off with a base email. So if you just want the users to get a copy of what they submitted, you could do some minimal changes on this and send it out. So let's take a look at what we've got here. So the first thing is sender name. And if you don't change it by default, it comes from Form Emailer. I always put my name in here. And who do you want the email to go to? Well, by default, it's using your email address here. You don't want these emails to be sent to you, so you're going to delete that. And instead, you want it to pull the email from the form submission. So we're going to go up here to our answer placeholders, and we're going to look for email address or username. So when you're setting up the form, you need to collect the username or the email address of the person who's submitting the form. So we're going to choose email address, and we'll click Insert Placeholder. And that will add that. So when it goes through the script, it will go to that column and it will look for the person's email address. Now notice it didn't just say email address. It's got these hashtags or pound symbols, number signs surrounding email address. You need to leave those there. That tells the script that it needs to go look at the spreadsheet and find that corresponding column heading. The next line is subject. You want to change this to whatever the subject of your email is. And then you have an area for the body of your message. Now, in order to use this script, you need to know a tiny bit of HTML coding, but it's two codes, and they're very simple to understand. So basically what it has done is it's gone through and it's put in all of the column headings from your spreadsheet. Okay? Anytime you see this BR within these carets, that indicates a line break. So it's the same thing as if you were to hit enter on your keyboard. BR forces the next line to begin on a new line. The B inside the carets, that stands for bold. So that would make the word timestamp in bold. When you're done bolding something, you need to use the code in the carets /B to end the bold. So sometimes I will use this, but most of the time I'd like to make my own message. So I'm actually going to delete this, and I'm going to type in my own message. So I've got my message started, and I now want to remind them what it is they signed up to bring. So I need to access the spreadsheet in order to do that in my message. So I'm going to come up to my answer placeholders, and that information was in the select one item to bring column. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to click my cursor, and I'm going to use this insert placeholder down here at the bottom. Now I actually want that to appear right after my colon, so I'm going to move that up. Again, I'm going to leave in the number signs, and then I'm going to put a period at the end of that and continue on with my message. So I finished my message, remembering to put a BR anytime I want a return or a blank line in the message. So I'm going to go ahead and save and close this. And now I'm ready to send the messages. So I'm going to go back to Form Emailer, and I'm going to go to Process Manually. So when I want to control when the messages get sent, I will use Process Manually. It says, which line do you want to process? So I could send this one line at a time, or it says append an asterisk to the line number to process from it to the end. So here I'm going to put, I have lines 2 through 4. I'm going to put 2 and then an asterisk, which means it will start at line 2 and it will send until it doesn't have any more information to send. I'll go ahead and click OK, and you'll see the script starting to work, and you'll see email sent. If the email was successfully sent, you will see email sent in the Form Emailer status. If when you use the asterisk method to send messages, you get this error message, it's okay. As long as it says email sent here, you know an email was sent. So we'll go ahead and dismiss that. Now let's take a look at one of these student accounts to see what the email looks like. So here I am on Sue's account, and I can see here, there's my message. So we'll open up that message, and here is what Sue needs to bring. She needs to bring plastic utensils. And again, anytime I hit B, if I put BR in that message, it put a break or a blank line in between each of my paragraphs. So that's how the message will look. And I suggest, when you do this the first time, to practice, to see how that message is going to look, go ahead and put your email address in here and send a sample email to you to see if that's formatted correctly. So Form Emailer is a great way to share form submissions with users.